Hi everyone, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia, and I would like to welcome you to my Trusty Toolbox card in my All About Celebration class, and thank you so much for purchasing this. I hope you enjoy this masculine card that I'm going to show you. Fairly simple. We're just using a couple of things. You can substitute things. The main celebration item we are using is the Trusty Toolbox Designer Series paper. It does coordinate with a bundle in the mini catalogue, which is a January to April mini catalogue, but I'm not using any of those products here, just a designer series paper. I have paired it with the Heartfelt Hellos stamp set that you can also earn as part of celebration. Both the paper and the stamp set are available with a $90 purchase or a level 1 in your country. Okay, so I have also bought in the Heartfelt Hexagon stamp set that does coordinate with the stamp set, but you can punch out or cut out or die cut this stamp set many different ways. Okay, and I've just bought in some very simple metallic sequins, and these ones are the neutrals sequins. I love them. I love sequins with no holes in them, and I love that for the card I'm about to show you we can use any of the silver, copper, gold and this bronze, so we can use any of them on the card and they're going to look great. So this is the card that we are going to make together, and I have done a little bit of pre-work, and I have already punched out a few of the patterns that we are going to need for our little shape collage here. So I'll show you some of the designer series paper. So we are just cutting one of the tools out of this, and I already have a couple off to the side. We have a great grid on the back of that. We have our measuring tape here, and we have like a pegboard pattern on the back. I'm just checking. I think I need to punch one of these. We do have our nuts and bolts. So nuts, bolts, Phillips head and straight screws. And then we have our hammers and nails on the back. We're not using the hammers and the nails. We are just using this pattern. I'm just going to pop it in here, try and get as close as I can. Everything is straight, so I have one of those. Oh, I thought that might happen because I'm getting so straight to the lines. I do crunch up some of the scrap paper, but that's okay. We can totally deal with this. And now we have the actual screws. So the screws and the screw heads here, and I have a perfect piece right here to punch out. There we go. So I've already done that. This is one of our other tool patterns, and I will just show you on the back of that, because these papers are so easy to use. We have this gorgeous Lost Lagoon pattern, and it's literally just a pattern. So these pieces are so incredibly easy to use. So we have our screwdriver here, and we just have the grey on the back of that. We have this is like our movable toolbox, and on the back of that we have those screws, and they are the patterns. So very easy to use. As I said, they do go with the tool bundle, but I'm going to pop those aside. So I have my 5 pieces, and I have here cardstock you will need is a Lost Lagoon card base and a basic grey card front. So just a little bit smaller. Now, I don't need to do anything with these pieces. They are just going on the back as is. What we do need to do is grab out a sentiment, and I think I'm going to change from a hello to an enjoy your day. You can use any of these. I mean, some of them mightn't work, but Dad, you're the best, hello and enjoy your day, or love you more, will work really, really well for a masculine card. So just grab out, I've used the enjoy your day somewhere else. So we are going to one of our other cards. I've used enjoy your day. So I won't pull that off, and I will use our hello, stick with the plan. But here we go. So basic grey ink as I drop it all here. Very, very professional here. You all know, if you haven't been here before, real life crafting in real time. I really only top and tail my videos. I do like to show you real time what I'm doing and how long it takes. Because sometimes, especially, so we've got our hello, especially with the creative process. So the actual making the card really doesn't take too long, but the creative process can. So when you're thinking and trying and doing all of those things, it can take a while. So I've cut out 2 pieces here. I cut out the adjustable wrench, and I also cut out the tape measure, and I think it's going to be the tape measure that I'm going to use. Now, I have a disability with my hands, so I do prefer to use these sprung scissors. It does just help me and fatigue in my hands, but our Stampin' Up! Paper snips are amazing, and I often do just grab those and use those as my hand cutting scissors. But today I grabbed these because I know I have a fair bit of crafting to do today, so I'm going to try to look after myself. So my big tips when hand cutting is try just to open and close your scissor blades and manipulate your paper. So as you can see, I'm really not moving my hand, but this hand is moving the paper to make nice smooth cuts. Now that piece was getting quite bulky and wasn't allowing me to move the paper as I would like to get this smoothness going. So done. So that was nice and easy to hand cut. The other one that I chose is nice and easy too. So I'm going to grab my bone folder, which I didn't have out to start with, but that's okay. So I've pre-scored this piece. So the mountain part of my scoring always goes on the inside. And I do often have a card front or 2 pre-cut in my pieces of paper. So I store my paper per colour and in colour families. Okay, so let's grab all these pieces over. These 2 are going to need dimensionals. So how I find it easiest for me to build the base of the card, I can see here roughly how far from the top and bottom I want the pieces to sit for the center to stand out. So I am going to take my multi-purpose liquid glue here. Just going to bring my little stand, and doesn't matter what side you use what side, where it goes, as long as it goes on the card. So I think I may be pretty close there, but I'm not quite sure. I want this one to go here. I want this one to go in the top corner because I'm going to put this a little bit to the right of that hello. That's okay. I've got my nuts and bolts together. That wasn't how I originally intended it, but they go together in a toolbox. So that works really well. Happy with that. So my screwdrivers, I want to go over here, and my measuring tape here. So I quite like that. As I said, doesn't matter. So just glue those down. So you could make a whole batch of these cards, and they will be great for a lot of mails. I've loved this tool set because it's fun. It's fun. It's cartoony in the way it is illustrated, and I normally don't go for tool stuff, but I thought this was pretty cool. Okay, roughly happy with that. All good. Going to pop that just off to the side and pop some dimensionals on the backs of these pieces. So I just need my handy dandy multi-purpose paper snips. So these sit in my hand really well to use for me to pick up things. So I find these an incredibly useful tool, not just for for cutting things out. I forever have this pair on my desk to do exactly this. So because this is designer series paper, I'm going to use more than one. If it was cardstock, I would use just one, but it's not. And just going to see. Okay, I'm going to use this end, and I'm just going to snip this here. And I'm going to use my edge just like so. So I get a little part dimensional here, and I get this long piece, which is going to support perfectly the bit of tape that's hanging out of our tape measure. So my edges of my my dimensionals never ever go to waste. So I'm going to grab next. This is one of my other most used tools, is the Take Your Pick handle with the Crafter's Pick Edition tools. So this has a little hook on it, and for me this is amazing at picking up these dimensional backs. And then I just have a little bin beside me that they go into. Now this hello is going to go here in the middle, approximately there. Great. Oh, that's good. So I can put that down here. Oh, I love it when I do things without meaning to, but it's good I left that without even thinking about it. Okay, am I going to be able to spike this little bit? Oh, yes, I did. Okay, just put those in the bin. It's great just having a little bin off to the side. Okay, so here I'm going over lots of layers, and lots of joins to make this go together really, really nicely. So that is done. Now, I know I use lots of pairs of scissors, but they all do have their purpose. To cut off these extra pieces, I love to use long-handled scissors because I can get one smooth cut all the way along the edge here. I can get one smooth cut without possibly having it jagged or you seeing a weird cut line. So I'm just going to take that off. There's just a titch of glue on these pieces, but I can just go like that, and then that card base is all ready to adhere. So as I said, not very long, definitely a good mass production. Now, I don't know if you can see, but these edges are a bit raised. So the actual cut side, I have used the other side. Now, I can reduce these little popped up pieces using our bone folder. So just going to run over those edges. I'm actually going to go around all four sides just to push down any raised edges. I know it just gives it a bit of a cleaner finish. So hopefully you can see those edges have been pushed down. And what I want to do is just squeeze this fold a little bit further so it sits a bit flatter. That's lovely. So using our multi-purpose glue, you can also use Stampin' Seal if you prefer that, or even Stampin' Seal Plus, whatever your preferred glue is. I love the wiggle room of this multi-purpose glue. I think I am not quite happy with that. Oh, it went all the way over too far. Okay, yes. Yes. Very happy with that. Just give it a bit of pressure there. So I'm going to bring our neutrals sequence. Okay, and while I'm just letting this glue adhere, I am just going to cap my glue because that stops you getting any clogs in the end. And recap our little hook weeding tool here, because I tell you, with all honesty, you don't want to get stabbed with it. And yes, I know from experience. And do you know what? I actually want to use it. That's okay. I am thinking I might want to, I just can't go past the silver with all the grey in here. But I'm thinking if I use the gold, it will bring that yellow tone over here. So I'm just going to go for it. And I'm going to put one here. As I said, all of these will definitely work. So you don't have to worry about them not working because they're metallics. Metallics go with everything. So there we go. Also would have looked really good up in that corner, but that's where I chose to pop it. Just going to pop this rogue sequin back, and that is our card. So did not take long to come together at all. So we have used our Trusty Toolbox Designer Series paper. We used our Heartfelt Hellos stamp set. We used our Heartfelt Hexagon punch, and we used our paper snips, our bone folder. These are staples. If you don't have these, I'm more than happy to help you. And we used our Take Your Pick tool and our adhesives. And the colours that we use Lost Lagoon for the card base and basic grey ink to stamp with and for our card front. You can see where to find these products in the catalogue, in the project sheet that goes along with this Trusty Toolbox project. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I will see you in the next project. Thank you so much for supporting me, guys. Bye.